Hi everyone, I've just bought myself a kayak, a Dagger Katana 10.4, and I wanted to do a mod to it, because that's what I do. So these are great little crossover kayaks, and the reason I got it is because I wanted it for camping. So the only hatch on this, or the only storage space, is behind the seat and the actual arse of the kayak. The problem with that is if you put too much weight in it, it'll tip onto its back and then it will handle like crap. So you need to be able to put weight in the front. Also for safety, when I'm not taking the kit around, I need to be able to balance out a little bit and have as much air in there as possible. The back compartment's airtight, so that's fine. The nose isn't, so if it flipped over with water, you'd have the arse hanging out of the water because it's got air in it, and the front would be flooded. So I need to be able to access the front so I can put an airbag in it. That's not initially possible on the Katana, and I'll show you why. So in the cockpit, this is the front of the cockpit here, not that you can see it particularly well, but just here is a foam bulkhead. It's about so wide and it's just a vertical column, and that's held in by this screw and an aluminium plate which just punches into the foam, and that holds it in place really. So the problem you've got is that if you ever want to access any of this, you have to take this screw out and remove the foam. Removing the foam's no issue, but you obviously don't want to be carrying a screwdriver around. So let me whip this out and I'll show you exactly the mechanism and the little mod I'm doing. As you can see, that's just a screw and a little plastic grommet, nothing special. Here I'm just lifting up foam just to displace it a little bit, push it to one side, and that's your foam bulkhead. So in the top of that, as you'll see, there's this little aluminium plate. If I pull it out, it's literally just a U of aluminium which sits in the top. So we're going to do a quick mod to that so you can do it by hand rather than with tools. Now what this gives you, once this is out, is full access to basically the entire front of the kayak. There are some screws left and right for adjusting your foot panel. They're just thumb screws. If you undo 1 and 2 thumb screws, the whole section just slides out and you've got full access to the front. So I'll take you into the garage now and show you quickly how we're going to modify this aluminium plate, and effectively all we're going to do is add a tap nut in here and then a thumb screw which will punch through the top. I am going to have to drill out this hole ever so slightly, but it's currently at about, I think, 4mm, and I got to put a 5mm hole in it, so we're taking out almost nothing. So no real major modifications to your kayak. So let's get going. So this bit couldn't be simpler. All we're doing is we are drilling a 6mm hole straight through the original point into this plate, and if we screw it up then it's absolutely no drama, because all this is a bit of thin aluminium bent to shape. It does nothing, it's not critical. We can do to it what we want. We can put holes in it everywhere, we can shift it about, no drama. So we're just going to drill a 5mm hole, 6mm hole straight through here, and the reason being is I've got these, and what they are is just some threaded turrets, and all this is going to do is rivet onto the back of here, so that rather than a screw going straight through there like this, it's going to be a threaded knob. That's it. And then that's just going to be attached by some tiny little rivets. So this screw turret is 5mm, because I figured you don't need much more than that, which is also damn near identical to the original screw. But because it's chamfered, you probably won't be able to see because it won't focus. Because it's chamfered in there, I'm just going to drill it out 6mm, just so when you're putting in your threaded knob, it'll just go in easier. So let's get this drilled out. There we go. Plate's ready to get riveted. That's it. So now we can attach that back to the kayak, and obviously these slightly raised surfaces there will be touching the underside, but that's not the end of the world. And at the bottom we'll have to make a little bit of a recess for these protruding bits, but that's it. So now we'll be able to put that back in, and rather than having to get a screwdriver in, just a little thumb wheel and job done. So here's the foam, and you should be able to see the little cuts that this made earlier. I haven't actually done anything to this, but as it turns out, because it's foam, we don't need to make any adjustments to that at all. That'll just slip in, and as you'll be able to see, it'll just shut nicely and compress down, and that's ready to go back into the kayak. So all we need to do then is screw it down with the thumb wheel, it's back in, and now we've got a toolless entry to the front. Job done. So it's installed, little knobs at the top, and now all you need to do to remove this so you can access the front is use the thumb wheel. Now it comes out like so. You've still got the original grommet, which didn't need any drilling whatsoever, and then the foam piece comes out just by slipping it to the side, and out it pops. And now you've got full access to the front. Job done.